Greetings, Jellyspoons! Welcome to this first of the festive Monday Madnesses. Can you tell it's festive? Because I've got my Christmas hat on. It's totally festive now. I absolutely did not film all of these Monday Madness episodes on the same day, and I'm totally not wearing the same shirt because I do not have a lot of time and therefore film them all at once. Absolutely not. That is definitely not what's happening. I added a jacket. Look, I added my whole Blackbeard cosplay jacket. Look. Totally different outfit. Alright, so today we are doing some Christmassy content! Now, seeing as you guys quite like my storytelling, thank you for that, and I also enjoy making things up so I don't have to plan these episodes very much, I am going to bring you the peak, the pinnacle of my improvisational storytelling, and I am going to roll, no I'm not, I'm lying, I am going to get a Christmas playlist up, I am going to hit shuffle, and then I'm going to take maybe 3, maybe 4 songs from that, and I'm going to use 3 of these songs to create 3 different character backstories. This can be for Dungeons and Dragons, this can be for any tabletop role-playing game, this can be for a book, movie, anything. So if you want to take these characters and use them as your own, feel free to do so, just please tell me in the comments what they get up to. Alright, let's do it. A playlist that I can shuffle, ideally. Alright, holiday hits, here we go. Alright, of course it has Mariah Carey on it. Alright, we're hitting shuffle, and whatever the first song is, this is going to be what we use to create our first character. Shuffle. This is an advert. This is an advert. This is a second advert. I feel like I'm in Mollymauk cosplay again. Look. Oh, it's a sad one. It is Coldplay at Christmas. Alright. Beautiful video though. Alright, it is Coldplay Christmas Lights. Christmas night, another fight, tears we cry. Wow. Okay, let's Google this, shall we? So, because I can't play more than a few seconds of audio on here before it will go I am going to look up the lyrics for us. So, the lyrics are these. Christmas night, another fight, tears we cried a flood, got all kinds of poison in my blood. I took my feet to Oxford Street, trying to right a wrong. Just walk away, those windows say, but can't believe she's gone. When you're still waiting for the snow to fall, doesn't really feel like Christmas at all. Up above, candles on air flicker, oh they flicker and they flow, and I'm up here holding onto all those chandeliers of hope, and like some drunken Elvis singing, I go singing out of tune, singing how I always loved you, darling, and always will. Great. Oh, when you're still waiting for the snow to fall, it doesn't really feel like Christmas at all. Those Christmas lights light up the street, down where the sea and city meet. May all your troubles soon be gone, Christmas lights keep shining on. Okay. So this is an angsty backstory. I'm getting Paladin vibes and I don't know why. Okay. Christmas night, another fight, tears we cried in a flood. Okay, so my immediate reaction was it's a family fight, but I'm guessing this is a relationship fight. Okay, so Christmas night, another fight. So it's Christmas, and this person had a fight with their significant other. Tears we cried a flood, got all kinds of poison in my blood. So, this is just reminding me of Molly and my blood fanfic. So, they're still angry about it, so they're all riled up with poison. Or maybe they really, ooh, I said Paladin. Maybe the argument on Christmas Day was because they're becoming an Oathbreaker Paladin and swapping to another deity. Got all kinds of poison in my blood. So now they're looking back and they're realizing that the deity they've switched to is poison. Okay. Oh, so the Paladin swapped to a new deity who's poisoning their mind. And now looking back, they can realize this, but at the time, it was coming to a head, and so on Christmas night, they had a fight with their significant other. I took my feet to Oxford Street trying to right a wrong, just walk away, those windows say, but I can't believe she's gone. So they storm out, and by the time they get back, their partner's gone. When you're still waiting for the snow to fall, doesn't really feel like Christmas at all. The candles on the air flicker, oh, they flicker and they flow, and I'm up here holding on to all the chandeliers of hope, singing out of tune how I always loved you and always will. I feel like it's sadder than that. I feel like, hang on, those Christmas lights light up the street, down the street, where else did meet? Okay, right, I'm down, I've got it. So, this character started off as a paladin. maybe lawful good, maybe whatever. They started off as a paladin, and they switched deities. They became an Oathbreaker paladin. I have experience in this. Go check out my Moxie, poor Moxie, the D&D character I played. Yeah, go check out his playlist. He had a whole ride. So anyway, they become an Oathbreaker paladin. And over the course of however long it takes, weeks, months, a year, however long it is, they're with this new deity, things are going bad. They've got poison in their blood. Maybe their veins have blackened and they are starting to realise, but everyone around them has already realised and clocked that they are now in with a bad and evil deity. They have either been tricked or they've given up their soul or something's happening and they are now the right hand of this horrible, horrible deity. And this all comes to a head at the big winter celebration, whether that's Christmas, whatever it is in the world of this character. And their significant other and them are trying to have a good Christmas, but something about this deity's power is stopping them from being their usual self and enjoying anything. Maybe they have to go on a mission for this deity, maybe they have to drink blood, maybe they are no longer quite human so they can't enjoy all the human festivities anymore, maybe people just hate looking at them and so they're ruining the festivities of everyone around them, and so it culminates in this huge massive argument at the end of Christmas night, and this Oathbreaker paladin storms out of their house and goes to walk around the streets where everyone who looks at them is like, oh god, you know, and by the time they get back, their partner has gone. And they have no idea where this person has gone. And maybe at the start of the campaign, part of the reason that they're adventuring is to find out what happened to their partner and try to win them back, maybe, or just make sure that they're all right and see them again, even if they know that they won't get to win them back. And based on the rest of the lyrics, I have decided that what they're going to find out is that the deity that they became an Oathbreaker to swear allegiance to is obviously evil and has been not just manipulating and using them, but literally manipulating and using them, to the point where this deity saw that these people, particularly the partner in this paladin's life, were trying to coax them back to the other deity or the ways of goodness. And so they literally took over this person's body and murdered their partner. This is really Christmassy and festive and cheerful, isn't it? Hey, if Die Hard can be a Christmas movie with murder and stuff and bloodshed, then this can be Christmassy too, alright? That is what this paladin is going to find out over the course of the story. The backstory that the paladin as a character does not know, but the player potentially does, would be that they killed their partner. And they stormed out after they did it. And what happened was they had this massive argument and they were starting to be pulled by the partner. The partner was saying all these things and they were starting to realise, oh, I've got poison in my veins. It's poison. I want it out. And the deity went, nah, and jumped into their body and overtook and puppeted them and murdered their partner and buried them somewhere or got rid of them somewhere in the house. Or maybe they have a bag of holding and without knowing it's just got this person's body in it. But of course you'd never discover it because when you put your hand in a bag of holding, don't you have to ask for what you want? So if they never put their hand in the bag of holding and go, my ex-partner's dead body, it's never going to come out of the bag of holding. Yeah, anything you like. Tell me down in the comments, where's the body hidden? Alright, so that's the first very cheerful backstory. We're off to a cheerful start. Excellent. Paladin Oathbreaker got marionetted to murder their partner and is now wondering where the partner is. Merry Christmas, everyone! Let's do song number 2. Okay. Ellie Goulding, Oh Holy Night. Oh, this isn't Silent Night. Oh, I think I do know this song. Okay. Okay. So, let's Google the lyrics, shall we? Oh Holy Night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Long lay the world in sin and ever pining, till he appeared and the spirit felt its worth. A thrill of hope the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, hear the angel voices, night divine, the night when Christmas was born. Holy night, the stars are brightly shining. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, his gospel is peace. Chains he shall break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Oh, the world, the star is sweetly gleaming, sweet hymns of joy, in grateful chorus rise we, fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, hear the angel voices. Okay. Why am I getting Paladin again? I refuse, I'm not doing Paladin again. This is going to be a rogue. I don't know how, but this is going to be a rogue. Alright, so, this rogue's backstory. Holy night, stars are brightly shining. So they're outside, it's nighttime, the stars are bright. It is the night of our dear Saviour's birth. Someone was born and they were outside. Why would they be outside while someone was getting born? And it's a good birth, at least to everyone around this kid, it's a good birth. But to this character, it might not be. And they're outside. I imagine them on a roof. This is definitely giving me Rogue vibes now. So they're on a roof, looking at the stars. Well, this person is being born. Ooh, maybe it's a bit of a Prince Caspian, and their parent or parent figure has married somebody new and is having a new child, and they're getting ostracized and pushed aside, and their family is rejecting them in favor of this new child, even though it's just been born. All right. Okay, that's a very Rogue backstory. All right, so this character is listening, don't want to imagine this, but listening to their new sibling or half-sibling being born, and they are on the roof, staring at the stars, thinking how beautiful the stars are, and how everyone in their family is thinking that this is a miracle birth and a savior and whatever, and they are feeling completely on the outside of it. Okay? A thrill of hope, and the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Okay, so they got an idea. The sun starts to rise, and they look over, I'm imagining like a city or a town or something, and the rogue character is on the roof, watching the stars, and eventually they all go out and they watch the sun rise. And it gives them this plan, and the reason they become an adventurer is because fall on your knees, hear the angel voices, O night divine, stars are brightly shining. He taught us to love one another. Ooh, maybe that's it. Maybe the parents are in like a cult. So it can be either a parent and a step-parent, or two step-parents, or whatever, or two biological parents, whatever it is, and they have started this like cult-like behavior. Yeah, maybe they were so desperate to conceive this younger sibling, and this younger sibling is supposed to be this miracle birth, that they're in this like cult-like behavior, and there's all these people like falling on their knees to worship either this child or a deity who helped them bring about this child, and this older kid who becomes the rogue who's sitting on the roof. They're not having any of it, and they know it's really dark, but they know there's nothing they can do to bring these people out. They know that they are completely on their own now, and now that this new kid has been born, that's it. They are completely on their own. Their knees, yeah, everyone's falling to their knees, stars are brightly shining. Again, they're going to fixate on the stars. They really like the nighttime because it's quiet, it's peaceful, they get to be by themselves, there's no expectations put on them at night. Love and peace, chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother. I don't want to be too literal with that, because I feel like a lot of D&D backstories start with literally being broken free from chains. So I'm going to go more metaphorical, and maybe that's it. That's it. Okay, so the dawn comes up and this rogue character watches the sunrise over the city and maybe sees some other families who are behaving like normal families and are not cult-like and are not worshipping this child that's just been born and actually love all of their children. And the realization dawns on this character that to love one another, how to truly love one another, and that that's what they want, and that they realize they're never going to get that here. And peace and change shall he break, for the slave is our brother. And that's what they realize. They realize that while they have felt shackled to this family and being dragged down by this cult-like behavior and how they feel trapped, actually it's going to be this child. Well, we'll go with brother, but it could be anything. The slave is actually our brother. This child is going to be the slave to all these weighty expectations and to everything this family is going to put upon them and this cult-like behavior. And that's the realization they come to, and they realize, I've got to leave. Maybe they take the baby with them. Ooh. In his name, all oppression shall cease. The slave is our brother, the star is sweetly gleaming. Maybe that's it. There we go. That can be the beginning of the adventure. Okay, so this character, I'm going to go with rogue, but again, it can be whatever you want. This, for lack of a better word, rogue character is sitting on the roof, watching the stars, knowing that the cult-like people are birthing their, we're going to go with brother for now, birthing their younger brother. And they know that this is going to be awful, and they are getting pushed out, and these people are worshipping maybe a bad deity who helped to bring about this child's birth, maybe just worshipping the child and things like that. And they are originally feeling sorry for themselves, sitting on the roof, feeling very left out and feeling like they have no love. And as the sun starts to rise, they look at all these other families who are like setting up their lives and going out in the world and going shopping and waking up, and how loving and caring it is, and he sees them having breakfast through the windows and stuff, and this character thinks, I want that, I deserve that, that's what a family's supposed to be like. And then the realization dawns on them with the dawning of the sun the realization comes that they are actually free because they are outside of this cult-like behavior. They can escape, but they want to take their younger brother with them. So they essentially kidnap their own baby brother and take him away. And that's the night that they become an adventurer. And so maybe when we meet them at the beginning of the story, maybe it's them slightly older, maybe they were a teenager when this happened, and maybe it's an adult and a teenage younger brother. Maybe there's two of them, and there's two different characters playing that. Maybe they hid the baby somewhere. They did like a Sleeping Beauty with an Aurora, and they hid the baby with some people, and they keep going back to visit. Maybe that's their tie to someone in the world. Yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah. And this family and this cult are looking for this brother, because this is the savior, the miracle child. And they want to, I don't know, they could want to do experiments, they could want to worship them, they could want to do all these things that would stifle, suffocate, and potentially harm this child. Yeah, alright. Still mildly angsty. We'll try and find a happy one for the last one, shall we? Alright, let's find one more song and make a Christmassy backstory. Okay, the last and final song. Let's do it. If anyone's playing the try not to get whammed Christmas game, I'm sorry. Alright, Wham! Last Christmas. I think I remember the lyrics, but let's Google them anyway. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas I gave you my heart. I'm trying to do a happy one, for goodness sake. I gave my heart. Once bitten, twice as shy. I kept my distance. Is this a vampire? Are we making a vampire right now? Could be a vampire. Let's do it. Let's make a Christmassy vampire. Let's do it. I've been watching Tanz the Vampire far too much this year. Why not? Vampire mood. Alright, once bitten, twice shy. So bitten, but a shy vampire. I like to keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, do you recognise me? It's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. I'm getting very Louis Lestat vibes, so like the family or the connections, the friends, they got bit, turned into a vampire, went away and they've come back and now the family don't recognise them. Okay. Happy Christmas. I wrapped it up and sent it with a note saying I love you and I meant it, but now I know what a fool I've been. If you kissed me now, I know you'd fool me again. Alright, so maybe that's what the family's saying to them. Maybe, yeah, maybe it's a family member or a loved one or a partner or something, and they're saying, I thought you loved me, but you left, and they don't understand that they've become a vampire. And I thought you loved me. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but you gave it away, as in you left. You left, you disappeared, you just disappeared, and this is when they became a vampire. But they didn't tell anyone. And now you're back, and this person is saying to them, you're back, and I know that you fooled me once, but if you were to kiss me again, or to, you know, if it's a family member, then, you know, a familial kiss, that kind of thing. If you were to promise me all these promises, then I would still believe you, because I'm a fool. Alright, so this year I'll give it to someone special, save me from tears, and they're saying, like, yeah, we don't, if it's a family member, they're saying, we want this to be special, we want to believe you, but we can't because you ditched us and you just left and they don't understand. And if it's a loved one, then they're saying, no, I want to be with someone else because you're going to fool me over and over again and you've wrecked me, basically. Ooh, 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 baby. Crowded room, friends with tired eyes, I'm hiding from you and your soul of ice. Again! Oh my god, this is a song about a vampire! How did I not see this before? I was too busy avoiding it because I didn't want to get whammed on Christmas. Okay, so, a crowded room, friends with tired eyes, that is from the perspective of the vampire character. So you can be playing as either of these. I'm going to say you're playing as a vampire. This song is mostly to you and about you. Okay, so it's a crowded room full of friends and family. They're back. They're back. They have tracked down their family. They have come back home and they are a vampire, but they haven't been able to tell anyone for whatever reason. Maybe it's part of the lore or the story. They just can't. They couldn't tell them. And all their friends, they seem to have tired eyes and they're there because it's late. They couldn't come during the day, so it's nighttime and they've come. I'm hiding from you and your soul of ice. And this is coming from a family member or their ex-loved one who's saying, I'm hiding from you and your soul of ice. Like, I don't want to see you. You've come back for Christmas. You've come back uninvited and it's too late. It's too late. And I think you have a soul of ice because you ditched me and you abandoned us. And then you've got, my God, I thought you were someone to rely on. Me, I guess I was a shoulder to cry on. Now that's interesting. That could be from either of them. So it could be the vampire saying, my God, I thought you were someone to rely on. Like, I thought coming back to my loved one or to my partner or my family and my friends, I thought that I could rely on you. I've come back. And then the family or the loved one or whatever could be saying, well, I guess we were just a shoulder to cry on. You know, you used us and you left. Or it could be the other way around. And it could be the family saying, we thought you were somebody to rely on. You know, where were you? You just effed off. And then the vampire could be saying, I thought you were a shoulder to cry on. I thought I could come back and cry on your shoulder about all this stuff that's been happening, but you're not listening to me and you know, hate me kind of thing. A face on a lover with a fire in his heart. Yep, again, so this could be to the vampire. So you've got the face of this person that we love, this family member or this loved one, and you've got a fire in your heart. So like the lust, if it's a love affair, the fire, the passion, that's still there. Or if it's family and familiar, it's still a warmth, it's a fire in your heart, it's still warm. So your face looks the same-ish, and you've got this warmth, a man undercover, but you tore me apart. So a man undercover, I feel like it doesn't have to literally be a man, you can be any gender you want, but they're saying you're undercover. Like maybe the real you's under there somewhere, but it's not the real you. You're undercover and you tore me apart. Yeah, you tore them apart. Now I found a real love, you'll never fool me again. So the family has reconnected with themselves and they don't want to get fooled by this person and hurt by this person. If it's an actual loved one, a spouse or a partner, then they're saying, no, I've moved on, I want to find somebody else. I don't want to need you and be fooled by you again. Last Christmas I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. So again, they're saying last Christmas we spent all this time celebrating and we gave you everything and we thought this was going fine, and then the next day you left. This year, to save us from tears, give it to someone special. So they're like, maybe they're saying that to them as well. Maybe they're saying, no, go give your heart to someone else. Go give it to someone special to you because we're not special to you anymore, clearly. Ooh, that's harsh. Go give it to someone special, as in you don't think that we're special enough to deserve it. Ooh. Face on a lover with a fire in his heart. Again, man undercover, but you tore him apart. Maybe next year I'll give it to someone special. Maybe next year, special, so long. Ooh, I never knew that. The last lyric is so long. So they leave again. Wow. That wasn't very happy, was it? But okay. So, feel free to use these characters in your D&D campaigns, in your worlds, in your stories, in anything that you have going on. Number 1 was Coldplay with the Christmas Lights. Man, that was a depressing song. And that was our Paladin character. Our Paladin who was an Oathbreaker, who had now got poison in their veins. Got tricked into murdering their partner or family member or whoever it was, and is now desperately trying to find them again with absolutely no clue that it was in fact them who murdered them themselves. Option number 2, Ellie Goulding, Oh Holy Night, and this was the rogue who had a cult-like family who were giving birth to this supposed chosen one, this special child, and while they sat on the rooftop watching the sunrise, they realised that they had to escape and they had to take this child with them. And now maybe the child has been put somewhere safe, maybe they're adventuring together, whatever it is, that's what's going on with option number 2. And finally, option number 3, we have Wham! Of course we friggin' do. And this is the vampire. Because of course. And this vampire got turned the day after Christmas, and they had to leave everyone that they loved, their family, their friends, everyone behind, and they travelled for a year learning and discovering and becoming this vampire, and they went home a year later to try and reconnect with their family and got told, no, you broke our heart. You broke our hearts last year by leaving and never speaking to us again. We loved you. What's going on? Go give your heart to someone special because clearly we're not special enough for you. Goddamn. Alright then, my wonderful jelly spoons, that brings us to the end of this festive, cheerful bit of content for you. I feel like my hat is saying appropriate things now. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. Let me know down in the comments below how you would use these characters. What would you name them? What would you do with them? Let me know in the comments down below. And what's on your Christmas wish list? Let me know. What's on your Christmas wish list? What do you want for Christmas? Alright, have a wonderful week, my wonderful jelly spoons. Goodbye. And of course, as always, if you'd like to support me, you can join me over on my Patreon, where you get various perks and things, but predominantly pictures of the dog. And if you would like to support me over on my Ko-fi page, you can support me as and when you want to. You can buy stuff from my shop, and you can commission me to make you things. Mostly head up my Instagram DMs for that. And of course, I do personalised in-character messages, where you can have a character message all for your very own, or for someone else, great Christmas presents. And those include Mollymauk, Tea Leaf, Lucien the Nonagon, Kingsley Tea Leaf, Puck from A Midsummer Night's Dream, and yes, it will rhyme if it's from Puck. And of course you have Peter Pan direct from the Neverland. Alright, my wonderful jelly spoons, have a wonderful Christmassy week. Goodbye.